Okay, so it's November the 14th, 2012, and I'm camping in the Tonto National Forest just north and east of Phoenix. I'm staying at the Burnt Corral camping area, and just a handful of us here. It's the middle of the week. That's what I was looking for. The silence is deafening, and that's what I was after, and I'm getting it. So I like it a lot. I'm going to give you a quick 360 on this panoramic. You'll see real quick why this is probably one of my favorite parts of the state. See the birds, the ducks or whatever. I'm not sure what those are. But I try to get out here every chance I get, which is not very often, I'm afraid. But there's my campsite straight ahead there. And there's a few empty campsites, There's someone there, or there's a campsite there, but there's no vehicle there. They've got some clothes on the clothesline. But nobody's there. I like it. Now there's a lot of, I don't want to say a lot, there's probably 3 or 4 other campers a few hundred yards down that direction, but they're nowhere near me. Notice the vegetation on the hillside there, a bunch of saguaro cactus. The only other people nearby are these folks right here, and they're pretty mellow. And there's another boat there with a cover on it, but I own an RV, but it's a very mature crowd in here. No thump, no obnoxious music, just people relaxing, trying to become one with nature and enjoy that deafening silence. Wish you were here. Alrighty, take 2. November 15th, 7:28 or something in the morning, and we are at Burnt Corral Campground on Apache Lake in the Tonto National Forest, just north and west of Phoenix. As the crow flies, are probably 70 or 80 miles, but it takes 2-3 hours to get out here because of winding dirt roads, which is what you want. Anyway, quick tour of this campsite. When I've stayed here in the past, I've always stayed at this site. I like it a whole lot. There are some other great sites too, but this one works for me. One of the reasons is because of this water spigot thing, which is really cool. I've got a couple of buckets I fill, keep next to the fire in case it gets out of hand. It makes it real easy to do that. Down below here is the campsite. Give you a quick tour. Taking the tent down because it's awfully windy this morning. Surprised it's still standing. If you watch close, you can see it lean into the wind from the right to the left. That's why I'm taking it down. I don't trust it to stay up all day. But yeah, here's the campsite. Now that second table is technically not mine. It belongs to this site over here, but with no one using it, everything is mine. And this is the next campsite over. But down here we're looking at Apache Lake, and I'll give you a quick look at the lake. It's quite the scene. Brings back memories of growing up on the lake, which is really cool. Ow. So yeah, check out the sun on the mountaintops out in the distance, and then I don't know if it's going to pick it up. It looks awfully dark, but this mountain range here in front of us, the whole front of that is littered with saguaro cactus, which is really cool. I had a good night last night. Some folks over there at that campsite were playing a guitar and singing, which was really cool. It sounded like Gordon Lightfoot, which I'm sure it wasn't, but it's a cool sound. And one of the songs he played was Heart of Gold by Neil Young. Picture that being sung by Gordon Lightfoot, and that's a pretty cool sound. There's a boat ramp over here. There's the tent, which I'm surprised is still standing. Had a little fire last night. Now here's how it went down last night. I had my dinner around 4:30. By 5:30, it was getting dark and into the whole dusk mode thing. So I made a fire. Nice little fire too. So by 6 it was pitch dark, and I sat here till probably about 7:30, and I was just like, I was done. If somebody had been here camping with me, now I opted to camp alone, that was my plan, but if someone had been here with me, you could visit, until 9, 10, 11 o'clock and then call it a night. But 7:30, I'm pretty well done for the night. So I went to bed at 7:30, and some cool sounds. I could hear some kind of wild dogs, but I doubt they were wolves, probably coyotes, but they weren't howling. There was some kind of yipping and and like that, some kind of call and response thing. Definitely wild animals, not domestic dogs. But so that was kind of cool. And anyway, yeah, it turned in at 7:30. That's what I was listening as I was falling off to sleep. And I got a few hours of good sleep, and then around midnight or so, woke up to answer nature's call and walked on over to the potty room over there, took care of that, came back. And one of the downsides of camping is when you have insomnia, you just turn in and you just lay there and think and think and think and think, and you can't shut it off. Thankfully, there were positive thoughts, but you just can't shut it off. I laid there probably 3 hours with that and was getting really sick of it. That's kind of the downside. If I were at home, I could get up and watch a little TV or get on the internet or just do whatever, work on whatever project I want. But that wasn't an option, so that kind of stunk. But anyway, I got up this morning, and the wind is awfully strong. Ironically, now that I've taken all the stuff out of the tent, I'm prepared to take it down. The wind seems to be a little calmer. But that wind was when I was laying in there, it was leaning over. The tent was leaning over, almost ready to blow it over. I was sure it wasn't going to stay there without me in it, but so far it has. You can see it leaning a bit now. But maybe it just feels like more than that inside. I don't know, but it's coming down because I'm going to spend the day here, and around dusk I'm going to check out and be on my way. But it's been a really good time. Highly recommend it. Looking for a good place to camp in Arizona. Also, one of the most scenic rides in America, according to a magazine whose name I can't remember. That's what they call the Apache Trail, which this is. From Mesa, you want to get on Route 88. Takes you up through the Apache Trail. There are 3 lakes in the park, and then there's a 4th one outside the park. I'll name them. Saguaro Lake is the one I think that's outside the park because it's over near Mesa. And then you go past Canyon Lake, Apache Lake, which this is, and then even further upstream, these are all impoundments of the Salt River, by the way. Further upstream is Roosevelt Lake, which is the main lake that they created the dam in 1910, the Roosevelt Dam, and President Roosevelt himself was here to christen that, or whatever they do, to ceremonial bullshit they do to say, hey, we got a dam. When I was thinking last night during my insomnia moment, crazy thought occurred to me that I am downstream from that dam. So if that dam were to burst, I would not have made it. I would not have survived. But that dam's been there for 100 years. Hopefully it'll be there at least till I'm out of here, till I leave tonight. But that was an eye opener when that thought just kind of passes through your mind, and you talk yourself down from that. But it was pretty funny there, that moment. I guess that's it. I guess my chatter is over. Hope you enjoyed the view. Wish you were here. If you're ever in Arizona or planning to come to Arizona for a place to camp, it's hard to do better. And it's just outside of Phoenix. Thanks. Have a great day. November 14th, 7:30ish something. November 15th, I'm sorry. And we'll catch you on the other side.